fix the amendments. So we'll do that on the floor sometime today, hopefully earlier.
And why not do it here?
Just procedurally because of some of the changes that have taken place. It was just tough to get it done overnight and this morning. So it's really a process issue and timing issue.
Tom, what do you make of the overwhelming criticism of this bill by the Democrats there, and then they're voting yes? What does that say?
Well, look, there will never be anybody jumping up and down when we pass this bill. It's going to be a difficult solution, regardless of what's in it. You can always find something that you don't like. We have to go back to the bottom line is that we have an $85 billion unfunded liability. The bond houses are looking at us and credit rating agencies saying if you don't fix this, we're going to downgrade you. And we've been talking about this for a couple years now, and it's going to be painful whatever we do for a lot of people involved. So I'm not surprised by the negative comments, but we need to move forward on this and acknowledge there's more to do. This is not a complete fix, and there's some things we have to work on.
It looked like there was those negative comments were setting the stage for no votes, but then they voted yes. Did that surprise you?
Well, I was thinking that's where we were going, but remember, this is something the governor has been pushing. He wants it as well, and because I think he understands the significance of our bond rating. So they may not like it, but they want to support their governor, and I think they realize there's a problem.
Are you predicting that?
Heavily emotional language used there. Are you a thief?
We owe $85 billion to our pension system. We've got to find a fair way to do it. We have a difference of opinion on how we include local districts. I'm committed to working with people over the summer and the fall on how we do that.
How does it feel to be called a thief?
Well, I've been called quite a bit over the last few years, but this is a bill that was drafted by the Speaker. I didn't draft it. I was handed this bill last night. But regardless of that, we need to get it done. I don't plan on making a lot of friends in addressing this issue, but I do know from a taxpayer standpoint, for the millions of people in the state, if we don't fix it, and you're a retiree or a potential retiree, there may not be a system, or in the alternative, we'll continue to have to cut state government or look at alternative sources of revenue.
You know what the vote on the floor will be? Have an idea of what the vote will be on the floor?
Well, you know, it's interesting from an administrator standpoint. About 8 or 9 years ago, we used to allow school districts to give 20% raises at the end, and they were complaining at the time when we reduced that down to 6%. I think part of that is as much an approach they're used to, and we're changing things the way they're used to, and I think it's just going to be a matter of having to adapt. Again, if there's a better way to find a way to get school districts with a little skin in the game, we're open to that conversation. This is far from over. If this passes today, and I think we got a long way to go, we still have a lot of work to do after today.
So what's the vote on the floor? Any idea what the vote on the full floor will be?
I have no idea. The Speaker may have given me the bill, but he still decides what gets called and when.
Is this all as a number, though, to give it to you and have you run it this way? Is this now we find out that this is what he had up his sleeve?
Well, you never know what he has up his sleeve. You'd have to ask him. My guess is if you all run upstairs, I'm sure you can spend some time asking.
Have you crunched the numbers enough to be confident that this version of the plan doesn't hurt schools more than the shift would have? They seem to be suggesting that.
No, I think you heard the governor's office say the plan still saves the state around $100 billion, and I'm not sure I follow the logic of whoever said that. This is you as a school district make a decision whether or not you give raises and how much. No one says that you can't do that. You just have to acknowledge the fact that if you do that, and remember, we've had some abuses on this in a number of years. This is a way to understand that you have some skin in the game and some liability. And I don't think anyone argues with it.
What do the numbers show? What numbers have you seen to compare the two costs?
I don't have it.
Why take it all the way down to 0? Why not like a 3% would be kind of a standard possible?
Well, we went from 20 to 6 a number of years ago. Again, if that's a way to compromise, we're certainly, the goal is to say to school districts, you can't simply keep giving raises and then send the bill down to the state. We want you to have some skin in the game. If there's a better way to do it, we are all ears and are willing to listen, and will continue to be willing to listen for the future, in your future. So thank you all very, very much.
Thank you.